Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect, the teachings word on true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to tie this lesson, America and Bible prophecy. And the scriptures constantly speaks on America and the fate of it. So ultimately, we are in the climax of prophecy, which entails the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And this was going to take place at a certain time, at an appointed time. Matter of fact, let's get there. In the book of Habakkuk, the second chapter, it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." The vision is talking about the prophecies and his profession. This is the appointed time where it was set to take place. It tells you that in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, concerning the book and how they will be sealed until the time of the end. And the end is the so-called white man. He represents the end when you read 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. Esau is the end of the world. When you read St. Matthew, the 24th chapter, concerning that, the end of that world, or concerning the end of that age, which was ran by the Romans. And we are in that revived Roman Empire. And that's why when you go into this definition concerning the appointed time, which then goes into an appointed time, but it also says an appointed place. Because ultimately Babylon the Great had to be on the scene for everything to come together, for all of it to make sense, which is America, you know. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of 2 Ezra, the 4th chapter. This place, the hub of wickedness, the source of wickedness come from. This place known as the hammer of the earth, what set forth the trends. These forms of influences, and it comes from America, Babylon the Great. You wonder where tights came from. America, which is the throne of the so-called white man, that whore, that ride of the beast. So this is the book of 2 Ezra 4 and 28. It says, "But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee." And Ezra was concerned with the end. Matter of fact, let's get it, as I mentioned, 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7. It said, "Then as I said, what shall be a parting asunder of the times?" See? And he constantly asked that, and the angel kept giving, the vision on it, and he still wasn't able to comprehend. But now this is the time. The books are open. This is the time where it's going to make sense. When you read about the arrows, it makes total sense now who the wicked is. Where is Babylon the Great? This is the time where it was meant to play out, because this is the time, for it to be read, because this is the time where prophecy is going to play out. It said, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follows?" See? And he answered and said unto me, "From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau." So that shows you that story between Jacob and Esau wasn't just just reserved for that time. The only time you bring it up is when you put it in a coloring book. No, this is biblical prophecy. That story is going to play out in its perfection. Even though that was between two men, two brothers. But the prophecy says 2 nations are in that womb. So that shows you that story was going to play out in its perfection. That war between good and evil, the righteous versus the wicked. And we've seen the climax to this fight of Jacob and Esau, where in this time Jacob will prevail as the scriptures say, man. It says, the why I said Jacob's held the hill of Esau. See, he's gonna be taken down, man. It says, for Esau is the end of the world. See, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So concerning Esau being the end of the world, it actually goes into how he will be ended as well, by the way of this destruction. See, America is destined for a nuclear holocaust, a nuclear destruction. Thus said the Bible. Matter of fact, going back to 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, let's read it. 2nd Ezra 4 and verse 28 again, it reads, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, and what was he asking? Concerning the end. When would these things be? Even the time of Peter, when shall thou restore again the kingdom unto Israel? Because that's what the results. That's what we're looking for, the results of all this that's taking place. The kingdom, rulership, power. That's why I say Esau is the end of the world. Meaning he's going to be his rulership is going to cement the end of all heathen rulerships. And Jacob is beginning, because that's why we read also in Daniel the 2nd chapter, concerning in the days of these kings, that the power of heaven shall set up a kingdom, pretty much which shall never be destroyed, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. Spearheaded by our Lord Yahweh Shai and the elect, 144,000, the governing body, which that's what we're looking for. We read 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, looking unto the new heavens and a new earth. And we doing that by embracing this spirit of prophecy and looking out, looking at things at the outlook through the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is prophecy, man. We looking into this new world to come. That's going to be the results of prophecy. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown. See? And what's that evil that has been sown? America. But the destruction thereof is not yet come. So that shows you that's the fate of it. That's the fate of America, destruction. It has came up off destruction. Matter of fact, let's get that. And that's how it's going to be taken out. That's justice on all levels, man. With that Proverbs 26. In verse 27, it says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. And that's, guess what, those bankers, concerning those bankers, they're digging that pit now. We're seeing this new system coming abroad concerning this digital system, to where ultimately they're trying to make you a perpetual slave by implanting you with that charagma, that digital tag. But ultimately, he's going to fall therein. That's why the Lord's going to set up with this devil got bunkers and space stations and, these different layers, the way he will be protected from this third world war, just so he can come out and bury bodies and build a kingdom. He's going to actually fall into that pit. It tells you that in Ezekiel 38, there's going to be continual employment. It says, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. See, so that stone, which is going to, it came from an aerial attack, as he dropped them bombs on them gooks. Because guess what event brought forth cemented and brought forth the fabulous 50s? When that man, when they dropped them bombs on them gooks, man. So how fitting this place will be taken out in that manner. Killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. So going back, 2nd Ezra, chapter 4. In verse 29, it says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down. So yeah, that shows you this place is destined to be uprooted. You know, the Lord's gonna finally uproot this place, and we seeing this process now. We actually seeing the destruction now, by the way of the people, their minds being destroyed, destruction, and there's no reasoning. You got the culture is pretty much death. From the deterioration of the roads. This man is his influence. We seeing the destruction now, but it's going to actually be cemented. The icing on the cake, so to speak, is going to be by the way of that fire. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter. Revelation 18 and verse 7, it reads, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. See? And who else this points to but America concerning living deliciously, carelessly, the way pretty much you are literally everything is at your fingertips by an app, to where you can get chips at any time of the day, whether and you know what I mean, at lunchtime to 2:00 in the morning. Like I said, you got it out to where you could get anything, and you ain't got to go get it. It can come to you now. And it's going to be traded in with torment and sorrow, from the lights going out, these different power outages, to the creatures being unleashed, the money crashing. It says, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's the pride of these Americans, because it begins with their heads, starting with these elites. And it has trickled down to these Americans. Even you talk about war, or something, you might hear about a skirmish or something concerning North Korea. And you could talk to an American, from a nigga to an Edomite, more about America, and they'll say, yeah, we'll bomb them to hell and back, like they including themselves. So that shows you that they had, as the ruler of the people, as the city, so are the people. So this is the pride of these people, but there's going to be a great humbling. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. See? And this is going to be, that destruction is going to increase. Like I mentioned, from the mines being destroyed, and the infrastructure, being destructured and corroding. That fire actually is going to intensify. From now, it's food shortages. Like I said, the beasts are being unleashed. And it says just death shows you that the ways of death have been broadened. We're finna see the height of death. See, that fire is going to increase by the way of these plagues. And it says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. See? So that's the icing on the cake. That's the Lord breaking this place down, by the way of these series of plagues. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Psalms 85, I believe. The Lord beating this place down with the plagues, and it's going to be cemented by the way of destruction. But who is he's going to do that to? They keep talking about all these things that's going to take place, and he's going to show forth his fury. Who he's going to do it to? The Edomites, and his work is going to be on display by what he does to America, man. He said 85, might be 89. Bear with me. Yep, 89 verse 23, it reads, and I will beat down his foes before his face. See? And plague them that hate him. So this is how the Lord is going to, this is the part of that destruction. He's going to beat down this place by the way of the plagues. And ultimately, he's going to utterly burn her with fire. This is the fate of America. And it's written throughout the scriptures, man. America is in Bible prophecy. you know. And this is going to actually submit to show you that scriptures are alive and well about when the Lord do to this place. It tells you that in Jeremiah 16th chapter. You're going to speak on what the Lord did to Egypt. You're going to speak about what the Lord have done to America and how he delivered us from the land of the north, man. So going back to 2 Ezra 4 and verse 29 again, it says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place, see, what place? America. Because this is the source of the wickedness. Like I said, from mukbangs to leggings to the LGBT, guess what? America is got a signet on it. McDonald's. All that is wickedness, man. But that's the place. It says, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, see? So this place was destined for destruction. Because this is the last stop to the kingdom. It says, then cannot it come that the sown were good, see? Which is the kingdom of heaven. But it tells you also in 2 Ezra the 7th chapter concerning that dangerous place to fall. This is that place, but we have to go through this to get to the kingdom. We're just going back. That America is in Bible prophecy, and the fate of it is destruction. So yeah, I just hope that we're edifying. I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect. That's Jesus' word now, true faith and sincerity. DTA, the Bible. Soon. Very soon.